Alright, what's up you guys? My name is Steph. Welcome to my channel. Make sure you watch my other videos, but let's just get right into this one, okay? So this video is called Men Don't Approach Beautiful Women Anymore. And let's just see what this is about, hon.
Do you feel like maybe it's where you're finding men, maybe? Like, the type of men, you think?
Yeah, maybe you need to go to the library.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, or the grocery store, shit.
No, I know.
Maybe be on a podcast.
Well, also, men don't approach you in LA.
100%, no.
Oh.
Absolutely not. Especially when you're pretty, too. They're like, no.
Yeah, and being plus size is like a whole nother
Yes.
thing.
Oh my God, girl.
So
I don't know
that's why
it.
I feel like I only meet men like on jobs or online.
Okay.
So, I mean, I would go out with my friends quite often, and the entire time I've lived in LA, I've had definitely less than 10 men approach me. Definitely less than 10.
Wow.
How long have you lived in LA?
8 years.
Wow.
What?
I was thinking you're like a couple years.
What? I am surprised. That's crazy. I've never been to LA, hun, but I heard people be fake out there. This is just what I hear, but I've never been there. But maybe that's why guys don't really approach women over there, because they're fake or something. I don't know. That's obviously just a generalization, but yeah, I've heard of that. So
Like come up to me on the street and like guys.
Yeah, but I see why that doesn't happen in LA though.
Why is that?
Because like LA is one of those places too where one, there's a lot of people that are insecure. One, two, like rejection is definitely feared out here in LA, because like there's been times where like a girl fell and I helped her up and she's like, and I was just like, wow. Like, so I think like even by you being
oh my God.
like, yeah, I was like,
right?
okay.
That's
like,
crazy.
Like the communication, like even going into the elevator there, I was like, oh hey, how you doing? And this girl's like, and I'm just thinking like I'm just a friendly person, you know. My mom taught me to speak to people like all my friends from Alabama, but that like I noticed that like. And it might not be like the prettier shit, like anything like that, but I do notice like a level of like, don't talk to me, you know, like there's like a.
That's crazy. Cause I personally, I hate when people act like they're all high and mighty and like they can't simply have a conversation. Like if you start a conversation with me, hun, I'm gonna talk to you, because I'm just like, oh, like they actually want to, like a human being actually want to talk. You know what I mean? Because people are just on their phones all the time, especially in public. So I just be like, whatever. And also, I'm also very shy, so I probably wouldn't start the conversation. But if somebody started the conversation with me, hun, I'm gonna be nice. I'm not gonna sit there and act like you're not there, because that's weird. That's weird.
Well,
there's like a stench in the air that's out here,
and I'm gonna tell you why
that's like that. And so I can see someone not approaching you because they're like, wow, she's a beautiful woman, and I don't want to say something. And then she's just like you don't want to feel, you don't want your day to be fucked up because you said hello to somebody. You know?
I think that's a chance you got to take if you think somebody fired.
But what I'm saying is like after you take 2 chances and you find out that fire is fire, you know what I'm saying? You like, all right, you know what? How many times you gonna touch the stove? You know?
Okay, I understand.
Like,
well, but this is something that we wanted to touch on. Is like there's this cultural society thing going on, especially if you're in the industry, you're a public figure as a man. You know, you've seen the famous Keanu Reeves picture where he's taking fans with photos, and have you seen this? This
he
like
does not touch.
He will not touch anybody.
A girl. He takes a picture. He puts his hand behind their back like this, like he puts it straight
like
out. He will not hug them.
See his full palm.
Every single time you see him take a picture. Google it when you get home, but it's so funny.
It'll blow your mind.
It
but
will.
This is a real thing in the industry, because there's, you know, and in workplaces, not even just, you know, entertainment industry, but if you're a man and you're alone with the woman, like you don't want that situation to come up. Like if you have stuff, if you have a career, if you have money, if you have whatever, you're in your mind, you're like, okay, one weird situation in an elevator, it could all be gone. Is it worth the risk?
True.
You know, that person has to be really worth the risk. So I'm just curious to pose the question, I guess, back to you guys is, do you think things will change where girls are going to feel like, I don't get approached anymore, and they're going to start approaching guys and that's going to be the norm? Or do you think things will just soften up a little bit and it'll be more acceptable to be, hey, how you doing? Oh, I see you fall. Let me help you out.
It's only going to get worse.
I don't know, because I feel like if somebody fell right in front of me and like, I don't know, I feel like I would try to help them, unless they were like quick with it. They just got up themselves. But I would be like, oh, are you okay? But I feel like, I don't know. that's weird to me. Like, just ignoring it, acting like you don't see the person, I feel like is weird. But I don't know.
You think so?
I think
so
they'll just
too.
resort to online.
It's online.
That's
Exactly.
crazy.
And like the good thing about too online is you can see someone's lifestyle through like their Instagram. Like you can look at someone's Instagram and somewhat see like their friends or who they interact, unless they're like, you know, tricky and shit. But I'm saying, like, you can look at somebody and say, oh, okay, like, this person seems fun. Like, they, you know, it's almost like, it's like, in some
I
ways,
agree with her. I agree with her because, like, I feel like people be faking it a lot, so.
It's like a resume that you can see.
This girl seems fun.
Are you like, oh, okay, this person seems, you know,
Yeah.
has a good relationship with her, this and this, you know.
Yeah.
I think Instagram is good. It's like a quick snapshot into who that person is, but not on their page. You gotta look at the tag photos for real.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like what they put. You know, I mean, you know, people be
100%.
faking for Instagram. It's wild how far, like, the links people will go to.
Oh, I know.
To make it look like
they live in a lifestyle.
Exactly. Literally. You'd be surprised. I've seen niggas who
That's
are
true.
homeless.
No
real
way.
life, but like you next to a Bentley right now, like it's that extreme.
Wow.
See, that ain't right.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm like the opposite. Like, I want to be low key. I don't want anybody like coming up to me like, oh, you did this, you did that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but I think there is a psychological thing too, where if you're a very attractive woman or you're a model, I mean, let's be honest, if you're a model, you're kind of like top tier, like as far as at least your face symmetry and all that, where a lot of guys will be like, oh, they're really pretty, they're beautiful. I'm sure guys approach them all the time, and then there's this drop off where they actually get approached less. There's actually real statistics that like the really top like, beautiful girls, they get approached less.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all, the people that I get approached,
I see how that is because I feel like people are probably like kind of threatened by models in a way because like as he was saying earlier, like fear of rejection type thing. So
approached by the most are like old Hispanic men.
Girl, see,
they shooting they shot.
He has no problem talking to you. Hola.
Like whistling. I'm like, oh my god. You know what? Also, I want to tell you guys a little story because this happened to me today. So I live in Hollywood, and I was walking to Starbucks today with my dog. And this homeless guy, you know, he just started walking with me, right? And for me, he was dressed okay. It wasn't dirty. He had Chucks on. He had like a nice little shirt, but he was holding a bowl like to smoke weed or whatever. And he was just walking with me, and he wasn't saying he was like, "What's up?" I'm like, "How you doing?" I'm like, "I'm good." He's like, "Yeah, so it's nice out, huh?" I'm like, he was talking like a normal person. So to me, I'm not threatened because I'm like, I'm 5'10". What's Shorty really gonna do? You know what I'm saying? I got my dog. It's broad daylight. I'm walking to Starbucks. I'm on Hollywood Boulevard. Not a big deal. Okay, so he's walking with me or whatever, and he's just telling me stories like, yeah, man, I swear to God, like, man, fuck my brother, man. My brother just stole 10 racks from me. I'm like, did he though? So then he's like, yeah, he stole my chain too. I'm like, oh, okay. Okay, cool. So he's like, yeah. So I walk up to the Starbucks, and he's like, yeah, man, I just lost my card though, but could you give me some? And you know me, I'm like, what is a $3 coffee? I'm not tripping at all. And I'm like, you know what? Like, I'm blessed. Like, let me bless him. Like, whatever. I go in there, I give him a bunch of shit or whatever. And then I come out and give it to him.
I make that face because, I try to be the nice guy before. I try to be nice. And so one time I was at my school, whatever. And this homeless man, he was like, oh, he was begging for coffee for like a few days. And I was just like, I don't got nothing. And then one time I'm like, okay, let me buy him a coffee just this once. And tell me how I walk out 7-Eleven with 2 coffees in my hand, one for me, one for him. And he didn't even want it. He's like, oh, I'm good. I got my Monster. I'm like, and then he had the audacity to ask me if I could go to the ATM and take money out of my bank account. No, I'm sorry for your situation, but at the same time, it's not my responsibility to provide for you. Like, I'm so sorry. And I'm not saying that to be mean. I obviously feel bad, but I'm not gonna sit here and give some random person money. That's not what I'm gonna do. Because I was working at the time. I worked hard for that money. So and then I bought you a coffee, you didn't even want it. So why would I sit here and try to give you money? I'm sorry for your situation, but there's nothing I can really do to help you. That's how I see it.
I'm like, hey, like, this is for you. Like, give it to him. And he's like, I'm like, yo, I'm about to hop on a phone call with my dad, but like, it was nice to meet you, because I didn't want him to think I wanted to walk with him still. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, oh, thank you. I wish we could do this every day. I was like,
credit.
I was like, I don't know what to say. I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna go. He's like, oh, you sure? I'm like, yeah. He's like, I can walk with you. So he kind of like followed me a little bit.
You should have been like, same time tomorrow.
No way.
You should've
No, because I go to that
been
Starbucks
like,
all the
how about we do
time.
this every single day.
No, I would never
You
be able
gotta
to go
play
back.
crazy with crazy.
Oh my god.
Oh my God.
No, so that made me think, like, it's kind of scary. Like, sometimes you can't really respond to men, because you just, I don't know that sometimes men realize the boundary. Not all men, but some men don't realize, like, just because I spoke to you and I said hello does not mean
Facts.
Yes.
Facts.
you don't know, and that's the tricky
Sometimes
part.
they means follow you, like, hey,
Yeah.
hang out.
Right, exactly. So yeah, that was my experience with getting approached, shouting the chucks,
Well, because women like non-verbal cues, but guys don't always pick up on the non-verbal cues. So if there was like a diagram or like a poster that we could learn in school, then maybe we'd be straight. But
Maybe a big poster.
it's like
I feel like that's so true. I feel like a lot of guys really can't pick up on cues with body language. And I just feel like I don't know why that is, but I feel like that's true for a lot of guys, at least some that I've met. So
different.
Like,
But yeah,
languages.
the hair flip. She likes you. I don't know. Like,
Yeah, I don't know.
Alright, that's it for this video. If you guys did have any opinions or comments, make sure you just put them down below and I'll reply to you. But yeah, thanks for watching, and that's it for this video. Bye.